Alright, so welcome back to another episode of In the Field with Ozark. Continuing on with our camping on a budget. I'm going to show you the cheapest tent on Walmart.com and at Walmart itself. It is the one-person backpacking tent by Ozark Trail. We're going to go ahead and set that up today, and we're going to give it a try. It does say that it has a side door opening for easy entry and exit, full mesh ceiling and removable fly for ventilation, a lantern loop and internal mesh pockets for storage of small items, and color-coded poles and clip points for easy setup. Now the center height of this is only 3 feet tall. The floor size is 7 foot by 4 foot. And it says it's weather tested, but I want to read you what it says. It says superior protection from sun, rain, and wind. Weather tested for structural stability for sustained winds with the tent properly staked down. Superior protection from rain with water-resistant fabric and taped seams. But then it says tent should be taken down in severe weather conditions. So what is it? So we'll give it a try here and we'll check it out. But it is listed as the cheapest tent at Walmart. You can find them anywhere from $18 to $24 depending upon the season and the sale. And I had this tent for about 2 months now. I was going to do it right after I got done with my surgery, which I'm doing. And Spackman, or Adventures with Spackman, did one while I was recovering. So I purposely didn't look at his video, so you'll have 2 unbiased opinions, and you can check them out at Adventures with Spackman. And darn you, Spackman, for getting to it first. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll get this all set up. So the first thing that I'm already seeing is there's no tensioner on the bag. So you'll have to wind up tying it in some kind of a slip knot when you do pack it up. Now the next thing I'm seeing, of course, is it comes with these wire type tent stakes, which I really don't like because they pull out so easy. But they do give you 6 of them. Now I've never set this tent up before, so we'll see what happens. So, what I'm not seeing are any instructions on how to assemble it. So I'm just going to wing it. Now, if you can see, on the side stake loops, they are stitched in. All the seams are double stitched, but this loop has only got one single heavy stitch, and I'm not too happy with that. But We'll see how it holds up. Oops, I got it backwards. Red tabs for red pole. So this guy goes this way. All right. So here we are again. Get in there, you little brat. This guy goes here. Alright, and without any instructions, I went ahead and was able to set this up. Now I do see a couple of errors here, and I'm pretty sure that this guy has got to take both of them. There we go. Alright. So even without any instructions, it's set up fairly quickly. Now we'll go ahead and we'll check the interior, and we'll check out some other things that we want to see here. Now it does have a screen door with a privacy panel in it, it looks like. I wouldn't consider that to be for rain, but it might be. Now the weather covers here do have elastic on them, which is really, really nice. The privacy panel does unzip. If I can find the right zipper, there we go. And there we go. So that's not too bad. Now, let's just go ahead and roll it up for now and get it out of the way. So there's that. The interior is actually rather roomy. Let me take this off. Okay. Now, the pan is double stitched in, or almost triple stitched, but it's right at ground level. So, doesn't really have quite a loop. I'm already seeing light come through. But on the whole, it's not bad. Now, I would be able to fit myself in here. Let me see. I'm 5'11", and there's still enough room for your gear. Alright, and there it is with the rainfly on it. And I'm pretty impressed with the construction. They do all have tape seams, and in some places it's actually doubled up. And I was trying to find where I had that. But everything is double seamed and taped, except for the bottom. That doesn't look like there's any tape in there. But I know all these upper ones have been taped. and we'll see how it does. It takes about 5 minutes to get the rain fly on. And then the next step is we will hit it with the garden hose for a little while and see if we can get her to leak out of the box. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do a light sprinkle on one side for about an hour. We'll go on the other side, and then we'll check, see how we did, and then we'll hit it with a pressure nozzle and see what a severe storm would look like and see how it will do. Alright, so as we already know, this is a one-man tent. For right now, we're still coming up on the second hour of the rainstorm on it. We'll be checking that out, and then we'll hit it with a power nozzle and see what that does. But I wanted to talk about people with disabilities and having problems getting up or down off the ground. Okay? I had problems like that for many, many years, and I thought of it as a limitation. You should consider it as a challenge. Okay, so you can't get up and down off the ground. There are other options. You know, a wall tent with a cot. You know, if that's too much, of course, car camping is great as well. This big monstrosity here is a double wide cot tent that I'll be reviewing. It's an option. Of course, it weighs 40 pounds, so we can't backpack with it, but we can do the next best thing and car camp. Okay, there are many places that you can get to remotely by car or truck. You know, this would serve great as. Okay, if you're traveling, this is another great option. Okay, but it's just a matter of, it's not a limitation, it's a challenge. In the military, we had the term improvise, overcome, and adapt. And that's what I'm trying to show here. There are many, many different things. Okay, now that tent came with steel tent pegs. If you're backpacking, of course, that's extra weight. So the first thing that I'm going to do is change those to aluminum tent stakes. And that'll cut down on a lot of weight. I'll give the total poundage when we get back out there on the test site, and then we'll go from there and see how it looks inside. And I also did leave the rain fly up off the ground just a little bit in that low spot, so water will accumulate there, and we'll see how the floor pan does. There it is at a different angle, so you can see that it's not only hitting the face and the roof, but it's also running down the back. Now we're going to move it onto the other side here in about another 45 minutes. But while we're over here, I just wanted to show you this really neat lawn ornament that I have. Spinner. That was all handmade by my father. It's an unbelievable machinist, unbelievable craftsmanship. I've had this out here for about 5 years, and still, it's got a beautiful patina on it. The bearings are all great. I mean, it spins in the wind. It's awesome. Alright, so there we are with my plug for my best friend, my mentor, my confidant, and of course, my dad. Unbelievable skills this man has. I just wish I had half the knowledge that he has. Alright, so here we are after about an hour of constant watering on one side. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and see if we got any leaks, and then we'll move around to the other side. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Try to do it to where nothing drips inside. Alright, So let's see here. I see some very minor droplets, but I think they're, nope, that's on the outside. I see nothing on the inside. I don't even see moisture accumulation. So looking good so far. Everything that I see, of course, no seepage. Alright, so we'll move the sprinkler over to the other side, and then we'll get the power nozzle and we'll see how that does. And also, I did find the instructions for the tent zipped to the inside of the bag, if you can see that. But those are the instructions, so I guess you'll have to turn the bag inside out to get the assembly. Alright, here we go on the back side. I turned the water pressure up just a little bit more, so it's a moderate rain, and we'll let that sit for an hour. Alright, so there we are after about 20 minutes of some high pressure washing with the hose. I am guessing that probably on the door where the zipper is we might have a little bit of leakage, but I was really hitting the seams hard, and let's see if we can get it soaked through or see what we have. And you come with me, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right, now I'm going to open the bottom first. And then I'm going to open the top. Oh, I got some spray down from the rain fly, but you know what? I see some very minor, I mean, that's totally negligible right there. I do see some in the corner, and that's probably from where I was hitting it with the hose, and it sprayed around through the net. But I don't see any other puddles here, and in a normal rainstorm this would hold up fairly well. Now, of course, if you're taller than me, I'm 5'11", you might have to lay kitty corner in here to get the extra room. I guess I should do the top first, huh? All right. Now, of course, we don't want all of this. Fairly sturdy tent. I'm actually impressed with it. Now, I was limited. I couldn't get up and down off the ground, and you know, backpack camping was definitely out of the question. But now that it's back on the table, once I get a little bit more conditioning in, this I'll definitely be planning on using. Alright, oh, and the weight, it doesn't come with an assigned weight. I do not have a scale. I'm guessing under 2 pounds. And if you put those aluminum stakes in, it'll probably bring it down to about a pound, pound and a half. But it's for the money. It's a cheap tent, but hey, it's pretty well made. I'm pretty much impressed with it, and I'll definitely be using it again. Alright, so let's discuss a few things, okay? First of all, it's the cheapest tent at Walmart, okay? It's Ozark Trail. It's not the greatest quality. It does look like they did put a good effort in their double stitching and the waterproof seams. Some things I don't like is that the floor pan, the seams for it are actually level with the ground. I like to have it up a little bit so in the event of any kind of a puddle there, I don't have to worry about it seeping through that seam, okay? Another thing that I saw is, yes, you have to get up on your hands and knees to set this up and to get in and out of it. It's a fairly decent tent, but if you have problems with mobility, it's definitely an issue, okay? Later on, I'll show people that can't get on their hands and knees how to put a tent stake in, okay? It's something that you're limited by your disabilities. I've never really invested much in a tent where I had to sleep on the ground because of all of my medical issues. It would just be too painful. So with that, you know, those are things that you have to deal with. Knee pads, kneeling pads, hiking pants that have the padding in the knees, mountain climbing pants, things like that would definitely help you. But getting up and getting down, if you have problems with that, then it's definitely going to be an issue. But on the other hand, it's big enough that you can put a low-profile cot in there. You can get a dog in there with you and your backpack. You can get all your gear in there if you're backpacking. So for the price, it's definitely a great bargain, you know. But like I said, if you're limited to your disabilities, there are other options. Hammocks, cots, you know, big tents where you can put a small bed in if you wanted to glamp. Another thing we have coming up is a cot tent, which is the most expensive one-person tent on Walmart.com and probably Amazon too. Runs about $280 if you get it on sale, all the way up to about $375. But we'll be doing that in the next upcoming video. Okay? So,